In the previous class, you have learned that the EPIC study is a very big cohort study on nutrition and cancer. Other well-known cohort studies which focus on nutrition and the development of cancer are, for instance, the Nurses Health Study, the Health Professionals Follow-up Study, the LOVA Women Health Study, the Netherlands Cohort Study, and the Melbourne Collaborative Cohort Study. All cohort studies are observational studies. The cancer prevention recommendations are currently mainly based on observational studies and especially on prospective cohort studies. In cohort studies, a large number of individuals is invited to participate. In studies on cancer development, these participants usually are not yet diagnosed with cancer. They all fill out questionnaires at the start of the study. The participants are then followed for many years until a cancer or death occurs, confirmed by linkage with cancer or death registries. The main advantage of a cohort study is that it collects the information about the exposure before the outcome occurs. This is why cohort studies are often called prospective. The chicken or the egg problem that we saw in the case control study is thus less likely in a cohort study. The specific type of information bias that we observed in case control studies is also less likely in a cohort study because the participants are asked about their habits before the disease occurs. Also, the type of selection bias that occurs in case control studies when participants are chosen to participate is less likely in a cohort study. Another advantage of a cohort study is that multiple outcomes can be investigated. Large study population and long follow-up is a disadvantage. Cohort studies should consist of a large group of people who should be followed for a long period of time. This is because not everyone will develop cancer and because it takes about 30 to 40 years before cancer develops. To obtain meaningful results about the influence of nutrition on cancer, the group of people who develop cancer must be large. This means that the larger the study population at the start of a study is, the earlier meaningful results can be obtained because many people should be followed for a long period of time. Cohort studies are expensive. Information bias. Although recall bias is less likely in a cohort study than in a case control study, another type of informative bias can occur. It has to do with the way that diet is assessed. As cohort studies are very large, the assessment of dietary habits and other lifestyle factors is usually done by questionnaires alone. Some dietary factors such as total energy intake or vegetable intake may be difficult to measure with the food frequency questionnaire. The intake that is measured may be less or more than what it actually is. If this misclassification of intake is similar for those who developed cancer during the course of the study and those who did not, then this may not lead to bias. However, it may still lead to an underestimation of the associations observed. Selection bias. In prospective studies, people are followed for a long period of time. During this time of follow up, people may withdraw from a study or cannot be found anymore. This so called loss to follow up is a special type of selection bias and may hamper the results of cohort studies. Confounding. As with case control studies, cohort studies may also suffer from confounding. Other types of cohort studies exist in addition to cohort studies among the general population. For instance, cohort studies may focus on high risk groups such as familial cancer syndromes. Several prospective cohort studies are ongoing, which include the Colon Cancer Family Registry, the Ohio Colorectal Cancer Prevention Initiative, and our own Geo Lynch study. Recently, prospective cohort studies among cancer patients have also been established and are taking place at the moment to evaluate the role of nutrition quality of life, cancer reoccurrence, and survival. For colorectal cancer, these include, for example, our own colon study, the ENCORE study, and the COLOCAT study. Thank you.